Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video we are here to pick up where we left off in our reading, ladies and gentlemen. Now where we left it the last time it was Chapter 5, Match 5 of Rangers dominating Celtic Football Club, and today we're here for the 6th chapter in a row now, ladies and gentlemen, of us just showing them who the best team in this frickin' country is, and by God! Does that just get me going? Speaking of getting me going, by the way, before I get lost in my one-liners, if you do enjoy today's video and if you do enjoy the actual channel, by the way, we're actually trying to push towards 50k before the end of the season. So if you're watching, you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, ladies and gentlemen. Help us on our way to 50 frickin' k. That's right, we couldn't even keep up with the squad, ladies and gentlemen, and to be fair, neither did that mob either, because when you look at the table now, there is 23 points separating champions Glasgow Rangers and second place Celtic Football Club during the biggest season, and some of them said in their history. That is the difference. And you go back and you think about a couple of weeks ago when we talked about the Rangers-Celtic game where we put them out the cup again, the last dance and all that malarkey. When we put them out there, we talked about this wasn't a changing of the guard or the scenario where it's all starting to tilt Rangers way. No, that's already happened. That's been and gone now, and over the last 6 times you have seen that. This is the normality, but what we saw the day was the final exclamation mark on not only are we a better team in every single aspect, but there's a stark difference. And if you didn't believe me, ladies and gentlemen, just look at the league table if you can see us now. Speaking of seeing us now, I want to talk about this game of football, and I want to transition into this because there is one player that we need to start off speaking about, and that is none other than the man who's always right there on the wall, and that is Ryan frickin' Kent, because this individual performance, despite it being a team performance and everyone playing up, and we will speak about that, but for me, Ryan Kent in this game literally just bullied every single one of them. We talk about owning Celtic and owning this. He literally owns every single one of them because they're scared to death every single time he touches the ball. And it doesn't matter if it's a 6'6" centre-half Aya, doesn't matter if it's wee Baldy Brown cutting about with his last dance. Every single one of them was took to task in that game, and he gave it to absolutely everyone, skilling and thrilling. And I mean, he done a move, like I didn't even understand what he done. He done like this. Like a fucker. Oh, this is a low point for the channel. I literally have just hit my hammy there, and trust me, it's no lost on me that Ryan Kent literally just tore me apart. But the fact that I am still so damn happy and so damn delighted with Ryan Kent probably backs up just how well he played. And it didn't matter who he's up against or where he actually was. He tore everyone to shreds, and that move that we just spoke about there that did just ruin my hamstring, had that wee Greg Taylor boy going like this, his head was spinning that much, he was probably going to go home the night, burn his Celtic tops, get the old Rangers scarves back out for his closet, start going support Rangers again. His head was absolutely twisted right round. It looked like a scene for The Exorcist. Ryan Kent, when he plays like that, is simply unplayable. And for me, I know there was people on their side saying, oh, this is a dead rubber, that doesn't matter. That's coming from people so bitterly hurt in here about their dream season, their biggest season, going down the toilet. They tried to downplay that because they knew their mob couldn't come to your home and do anything, ladies and gentlemen. Every single old firm matters. The dead rubber thing's a lot of bollocks. Every old firm, it matters. And if you look at every single game Ryan Kent has played in an old firm, it's right up here. You talking about getting it, you talking about wanting it, you talking about wanting to be the guy in the biggest game that you can play. Ryan Kent is that for me, and that is why I'll never ever tolerate anybody that tries to slander that lad. He gets it, and he showed us all it with this performance where he had the boys just running about with a moveset. Nobody would get anywhere near him. Honestly, the Celtic defenders and midfielders caught more flies in their move than they did getting Ryan Kent with the football. And can I just say, by the way, that is the final underscore that El Yunusi's name should never ever be muttered or mentioned or even fought when you think about how good Ryan Kent is. He's head and shoulders above El Yunusi. I mean, the closest El Yunusi's ever got to Ryan Kent was in the 57th minute of this game where he tried to rip Kent's shirt off, but he even failed at that as Kent skipped by him and put Alfredo in with an opportunity to score again. Let's stop the singing dance now. Nobody is near that laddie. But thankfully we didn't have to stop there and stop speaking about fantastic individual performances, because it was the Ryan Kent show, but the other co-stars that were at the game certainly played their part as well, and they had their moments and they looked brilliant, including the boy that went ahead and scored with his nipples, by the way. But we'll get to all that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's transition in to this game recap, because we went into this game and seeing the Rangers team, you saw a Rangers team that was decimated by injuries and suspensions, and again you saw the likes of Jack Simpson come out there, who has just been ridiculed unfairly in my opinion, and I spoke a lot about that in the preview video, that defenders take a bit of time to get up to speed. It happens with Hollander, it happened with Golden, it happened with Katic, it happened with Edmondson. The only person it didn't happen to was Balogun, and that's because he played 8 weeks with Wigan before he came up the road and came and played in that game versus Aberdeen. So for me, he's been unfairly treated, but gone into this game of football, had such high hopes for the laddie that only in his second start he would show us all why he's been brought here and show us something as a player. And for me, it did that, ladies and gentlemen, despite picking up an absolute ridiculous BS yellow card early in the game. You talk about stacking the decks against a laddie. No match up, no played a lot of minutes, no played in a Rangers team that's been fully at it. Then, in your first Old Firm getting booked 10 minutes in for a ridiculous refereeing decision. Got out there and playing the performance that he did. Again, no saying it's perfect, and there was a couple of moments, but for me there was more good moments than bad, and that is what this is. It's a project, and I'm very, very excited now to see where that goes for Jackie Simpson. So shout out to our boy, and I think that kind of summarises the opening 10 minutes. I think Celtic had a couple of wee moments early on in the game, but then Rangers on the other end should have took the lead 10 minutes into the game when Morelos, I'll be honest with you, this is an absolute sitter, and I know he made it up for us, and the way he did, honestly, I couldn't have scripted it any better. But this chance was incredibly created by Tavernier with a 1-2 with Glenn Kamara down that right hand side, and the ball in from Tavernier. Some people's questioned him since he's came back in, but for me that was one of the best individual crossing performances that I've ever seen, because I can think of 7 in that game where he put the ball exactly where you want it to be and with the right pace, and this set the tone for his performance because he puts it right to the back stick. Morelos just has to get it on target and he's burst the back of net, but unfortunately for the big man and Tavernier, who put it with a wonderful cross, it wasn't quite to be just yet from Rangers. But that opening 10-minute spell told us that this right here was going to be a fireworks display, and that kind of led us going in to the 20-minute mark, where the next biggest moment was Joe Aribo taking 4 Celtic players for a walk. I mean, he literally took 4 of them out with one spin move, ran by another one. Honestly, the talent of that laddie is understated as well. Genuinely, he's on the line, he's got 4 Celtic players. How does he even beat them and then go and beat another centre half and gone down the line? I didn't understand it, but that's feet of Bix himself, Mr. Joe Aribo. But nothing unfortunately came from that after Kent's volley is just over the bar. And the next major talking point came from a Celtic perspective, where you know for a fact there will be a McGregor moment, and it came in the 25th minute where El Yunusi gets a break of the ball and he decides to strike it from range, and this is gone in, to be fair. But when you're playing against the best team in the country, you also have to face the best goalkeeper, and that is Alan McGregor, because that is an incredible McGregor moment. And you know, it happened so fast that I doubted that. I was like, did he touch? There's no way he touched that onto the bar. There's absolutely no way. Then I seen that highlight back that he does clip it onto the bar, and that is top tier for Alan McGregor. And that was our McGregor moment. And then big Callum McGregor, you know, that boy they talk up all the time, who's been absolutely putrid in the last couple of Old Firms. Aye, well, he had his McGregor moment where at first Ryan Kent nutmegs him, gets a yellow card, deservedly so, by the way, because Kent just takes absolutely pure piss at them. Then, within the next couple of minutes, I mean, I must be about 60 seconds here at least, we end up going down the left-hand side. We get the ball into the box. Glenn Kamara does so brilliantly here to nip in front of McGregor. Sharper gets there, passes the ball to Ryan Kent, and in the resulting pass from Kamara, Callum McGregor just comes out there, wipes him out, gets his second yellow, but to be fair to the referee, plays advantage, and Kent ends up hitting a shot here, ladies and gentlemen, and big Kamara Roofe shoves his nipples at it, and honestly, this finish right here isn't getting the respect that it deserves. I mean, Kamara Roofe, he might have scored for the halfway line, but he's just scored in an Old Firm using that right there. How does that happen? I don't know, man. I mean, that's a guy that's been questioned as well, but talk about putting your money where your nipples are, and he just showed what a player he was. Brilliant opener for Rangers. And again, the referee, to be fair, the ref is absolutely spot on here, and Callum McGregor goes trotting off the park nice and easy, which kind of summarises his season as well. The two moments of mention and two moments that he's had all season long was punching it in with his people's elbow on January to make us win without a shot on target, then getting two stupid, reckless yellow cards in the space of a minute to go sit there in the old tunnel and watch his team get their old pants pulled down and slapped about. But it does have to be said, ladies and gentlemen, before we did get the scants down, Celtic did actually somehow equalise in this game. We'd end up getting a corner kick here, and honestly, I don't know how you feel, but I genuinely think it should be illegal for us ever to face a set piece without Hollander into the mixer, because the defending here is shambolic. As I think Simpson gets out muscled at the back post, and I think Barisic leaves his man to get a tap in, as well as Ayer flicks it onto the back post, and again Barisic lets Edouard run, and Edouard ends up tapping in. So somehow, someway, Celtic get back in to this game. But the best thing about this season, being a Rangers fan, not one part of me went, oh no, this is going to get ugly. No, I just believe we're better. So despite them getting us back, I went, oh, we can beat them with 11, so we'll take them to task with 10 men, and that's exactly what happened. And it's no surprise to me that it starts with the right foot of Tavernier with a wonderful ball in behind to Roofe, whose shot is eventually like kind of volleyball punched by Scott Bain. That seems to be his move, isn't it? He loves doing that, doesn't he? Like this. What is that? I don't know. Celtic goalies and all that. Anyway, ends up spooning that one out, and then from the resulting volleyball punch, we get the ball again. Ryan Kent, so positive, skins a man, passes to Aribo, and this time, to be fair to Bain, it is a good save, but you could feel it coming, ladies and gentlemen, but I don't think anyone saw the way it was coming, because right now, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Did this really happen, or has Quentin Tarantino just written a wee script there and handed it us, and this is the simulation that we are watching? Because in the last dance, again, for Scott Brown, after doing nothing in the previous game and getting battered all over the park and running about chasing empty shadows in the 2-0 loss to Rangers just a couple of weeks ago, he was back at it with the last dance, strolling about there, doing his wee huddle, shout, 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 shout. We're actually against Rangers players now. Aye, I'm shiting myself. Again, paraphrasing, but that's probably what he said in the tunnel, and he goes 1v1 with Alfredo Morelos doing that right hand side, and Morelos nutmegs him, right? Nutmegs him, then rattles it with his weak foot in the top frickin' bin. It is an incredible goal that can only be summarised by doing this with Scotty Brown's absolute tears. And I'm not even doing the goal any justice here, because not only was it an incredible world-class goal for Morelos, but not only was that slamming the door shut in Scott Brown's Celtic career, but it also slams shut all those Morelos versus Celtic threads that's been going about there online with everyone laughing and posting this, posting that. Aye, he's killed every single one of theirs heart and soul and spirit, because that is the lasting memory now for Morelos. Pegging their captain, leader, legend, sending him off to Aberdeen with nothing, probably not even bus fare if I'm honest, then busting the top of the net as their 6'6" centre-half shites himself for the actual shot. Oh, I'm having fun thinking back in this game of football, and that kind of leads us going in to half-time. It was 2-1 at that point. The last little thing that I want to mention, despite us kind of dominating and creating nearly moments and nearly little half chances, especially Ryan Kent just running about skilling and thrilling, the next major thing I want to give a shout out is Stephen Davis with an incredible slide challenge on Edouard in the 43rd minute of this game. I mean, he's galloping like Seabiscuit as he flies by Golds and he flies by the midfield. That's a 36-year-old still at the top of his game. He's not having a last dance and gone up north because he can't do it anymore. No, he's playing every single minute in a truly phenomenal season, and he showed there is differences in this game and there's levels, because our 36-year-old, incredible run, incredible challenge, an incredible, masterful, cigar lighting performance again for your boy Stephen Davis. Now we come out in the second half again versus 10 men, but it wouldn't have mattered if they had 13 in there. It genuinely wouldn't have mattered. We're sharper, we're better, we're quicker, we're more alert on the ball. Our players are more talented as theirs. We can bring it in space and beat someone. They've always got to try and pass it back and just hope, Edouard. This son, that's all they've got. And that right there explains nearly the third goal in this game, as it's a wonderful ball once again by Tavernier down to Morelos, and he just pushes Ayer out the way. Nothing but strength, just bosses him, bullies him out the way. Then his turning pass to Tavernier, who again followed his pass, tried to burst through. He was 1v1, but unfortunately Morelos' pass was just behind. We couldn't connect, and because again we had piled people forward to really turn the screw, that gave Celtic an opportunity to hit us on the counter-attack. And in the 55th minute, Turnbull misses an absolute sitter as he can't get his header on target. But I'm glad that they threw people forward and they created that chance, because that chance there woke us up and jabbed us back into the arm that the business wasn't done and dusted, and we still had to make more chances. And from that moment where they had that head on the 55th minute, we turned it back up and we were just unplayable. And speaking of unplayable, again, Ryan Ketton heavily involved. He passes to Kamaru. But what I love about Kamaru is here, right? He takes a fake shot and that opens the space, and then he gives it to Barisic, and he's no admiring his pass or kind of wandering into the box. As soon as he passes it to Barisic, he shows his striker instincts, and you can see why he started this game instantly. As soon as he's passed it, he's running right to the back post, and Barisic's ball meets his run perfectly. It is 3-1 to Rangers. What a finish, what a move, what a goal, and that is why he starts this game. I love Scotty Wright, but Scotty Wright's a winger. He's no making that run to the back post, and that goal isn't happening if it isn't for a striker being on a park. Another striker as Morelos takes a man, and that opens the door for Roofe. So I love that for Kamaru, showing those strikers' instincts, and again backing up his team selection with a phenomenal performance. Some might actually go ahead and say it was a ruthless performance, and guess how I'm spelling ruthless. But we weren't done and dusted, by the way, because at this point we had our fourth choice centre-back who was on a yellow card. We had Joe Aribo at left-back. We had two centre-mids on the park that's played every single minute now for the last month and a half, because we don't have any other midfielders. We had Scott right on, we had Hadji on. It was absolute madness. But we also had a guy on called Jermaine Defoe, and my smile was getting really big here because we all know how much I love our boy Jermaine Defoe. And I tweeted out about the 50th minute, I would love to see Defoe come on and get a goal. And I don't know, man, it was honestly just a perfect evening, a truly beautiful Sunday, because our boy Defoe comes onto the park. Hadji, he's got the ability to pick the pass, he finds our boy Jermaine Defoe, but then go ahead and show your talents, young man, as he skins and honestly twists and turns. I think it's Welsh, it might be Irish, who cares? The both of them's absolutely dug me. He turns them anyway, inside out, teases them, takes the piss, then goes, aye, okay, I've done enough now, let's just put it in to the back in it. And that right there was top notch for Defoe, and I couldn't be happier. Some, again, might say that made it Jermaine Defoe. Don't unsubscribe, I'm sorry. I do apologise about that, but that is going to be the game recap right there, ladies and gentlemen. It was the final exclamation mark, it was the final whatever. This is the first time we've done this now for 20 odd years, not allowing Celtic to win any of the Old Firm games during the season. It was absolutely phenomenal performance from Rangers again, and for me, this is the norm now. This isn't a surprise to see it, but knowing it's coming and knowing that it is going to happen doesn't take anything away from the way it makes me feel. Incredible performance, another beautiful Sunday. I hope you're all doing so well. I hope you've shared your opinions down below. I'll be breaking and making another video tomorrow doing the player ratings live on the channel, where I'll speak more in depth about the players. But in terms of the time constraints, I'm not going to take up all your night. I'm sure you'll be enjoying yourselves. So that is me done and dusted. It's Rangers' world, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else better get used to it. I've been Siege992. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video enough to be hitting that like button, as that helps other people find this individual video. And again, if you enjoy the channel, please consider subscribing and help us on our way to try and reach 50k before the end of the season. But until our next video, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. All the best and bye.